winning each outstanding young man meets the challenge to claim a bright. More communications is Texas High School Football 1991. This Town Eagle is brought to you by Coles Department Store, a proud tradition for 8 years. By Hard Bank, dedicated by Draeger Ford, on home prices, quality services, and by on the Square, a rich cuisine in a historic setting.
And I'm a senior. Jurrell, event center,
and the wide open Valley is trying to get started with the offense.
3rd and 13, Jimmy.
Short 13.
Short 13.
That's possible.
They'll test that secondary right out, aren't they?
That's right. White sprint left.
There's a level pass. Well, it looked a little shovel pass.
Yeah, I think they would a little bit more space than Monty would with receiver on that pass. He didn't have to get around in. He turned going to be way to that first down.
Play. Valley has the ball. Georgetown has the 14-0.
That was up Del Valley's 6th pass attempt, so they passed it quite as much as we might. For this time, maybe going to run with it. Good that time. By Kevin Abbott, his intended receiver, and turned around and laid a block on a Georgetown under time. The quarterback, very quietly, take about an 8-yard and 7-yard and bring up 7-3.
Now, was that a prevent defense, Ted?
By 13. Had to still tailback. Snap comes to White, pitch back to Adwood. That time, Georgetown defense did a better job of pursuing, and Jason Jurrell, I believe, kept the tackle after about a 3-yard gain. And would bring the ball across midfield into your territory. If I'm not mistaken, on the second time.
The third quarter. I don't know they'll get to that time.
The Delvin fans to life. They find up to the chair. They're going to get excited for their team right now. Cliff, I think you're right. The clock run out before they get this playoff. It's going to be. They get it up. And Jurrell does excellent defensive left time.
And on that defense, standing no Georgetown Eagles. That's into the third quarter. With our score. Georgetown 21. The Del Valley Cardinals 6. Let's pause for this time.
It's a lot better.
Well, right now the Pflugerville's their work cut out for them. They're deep in their territory. 5-3 left in the half.
Great defensive surge that time by number 33, Mike Gilmore. The ball here was Ryan Blair. He managed to maybe get back scrimmage, but look at this Oak Cliff.
Now, Tier is a dangerous place for a quarterback to go back for a. That time his first pay off. We have come to the Pflugerville Panthers. 4:18 left in the half.
Ball is to play at Pflugerville 15-yard line. You're right, Cliff. Pflugerville is getting going on offense now, though the score has been 0-0. They don't have a whole lot. To the near side. In big trouble. That number 77, Jurrell's turned back to the inside. Did an excellent job on defense.
That they did.
Yes, and into the game, that was the defensive plan for Georgetown to get penetration, get the defensive coming off the beginning up.
First 15-yard line. This is a very key defensive series, Georgetown Eagles.
And this is where the defensive unit of the Georgetown Eagles has got.
Brand cannot find a receiver at the time. No receivers in the pass worked well. He tucked under and tried to get down. However, he's short. He's going to bring up 4th down. And a long 4, maybe short 5 yards. So Pflugerville had to see to make.
This is one of the and trainers.
T.D. Taylor free safety, and he was 22 yards from the ball. So he's going to be a deep pass. The ball over the head of the receiver, and T.D. Taylor comes up.
Run room. He's a couple of blockers in it. There's a fumble.
That was a fumble or not the Pfluger.
Oh, and now we have
they don't need
regular activities. Just a little penetration from the young men giving it.
Running that like Nick Johnson hasn't had the opportunity to show himself, so he's the running back himself.
The handoff to Nick Johnson, fumble the ball, and Georgetown gets it. Number 77 for Georgetown Eagles. Jason Jurrell's on that fumble. A good head by Jason, an excellent opportunity to the Eagles.
It was, and clipped the ball out on their 4 line, and Georgetown is going to rise to the.
We're going to have a draw play. Nick Johnson stopped, definitely background in the backfield by the tackler Georgetown Eagles.
That's where you coach Allen, coach Jim Ward, defensive coordinator, and he could be playing them, and certainly Georgetown defense read that one well.
That was a 3 loss with the Crocketeers, 2nd down 13, right out the third line. Good pressure put on the back and a fumble in the play.
Jason Jurrell was certainly in there pressuring, and we did have a fumble, but we're going to wait till he has the ball from the official, the referee, Bill Bailey. I think we recovered, but definitely a slave at it again.
This put a lot of pressure on quarterback Tommy Keeling, made him step into the red fence. He fumbled the ball, couldn't see who looked like his hand. Just lucky on that one. I think it just went that way, that crazy ball. The Crockett Cougars now have the ball on the 19-yard line, 1st and 10.
Once again, the defense went to a very stiff challenge for the Crockett.
A handoff to Johnson, left side of the ball of the he's for about a 3-yard gain. Rails was on the tackle, along with Gilmore, left tackle Wayne Herndon, the left side, Georgetown Eagle defense.
And then characteristics of the Georgetown.
Comes to the line in the backfield. Nick Johnson straight out formation, Kellen in the fullback position. A handoff from Johnson is met at the line by the Georgetown Eagles. Against one, but it looks like at the line. It was a good play for Eagles.
Good game plan. It's very difficult to bring down one tackle, and Georgetown is having their characteristic form tackling going. And did said earlier, 8 minutes, David, you did 14.
We'll bring it up first. There's a minute 17 left in the half. Crockett comes up, it's familiar formation, annihilation motion back to right. Handoff Nick Johnson on left side. Good play of the left side of the Georgetown Eagles. Wayne Herndon and Nomad Mike Gill all there on tackle.
And West Black was in there. I think he was up, and for a good running back, it's hard to go anywhere from there.
Certainly, it's you found the opening and were able to get the first down. The ball is going to be spotted at the 7-yard line. A hand straight up the middle, gains about 2 yards. Is going to be spotted at the 4-yard line, coming up 2nd down and 7.
Clock ticking away, 5 minutes left. That was back in the game.
Crock is definitely just tempting on the clock, I think, to be concentrating on running. Georgetown has shown some
though the biggest factor is they've got to get back from Crockett has 3 minutes and 18 seconds off, and it's up to the chance to get the ball back.
A handoff to Reese middle. He stopped at the scrim, maybe 1 yard lost. Ball is going to be marked 46, 47 yard line, 1 yard loss. Brings 2nd down, 11 clock continues to tick. We are at 3 minutes left in the game. The 10 point is behind.
Said that their schedule there said each team is a little bit tougher and a little bit more important than the previous one. So to get they have at hand, the biggest one that they're looking at now.
Starting quarterback is for 21, Robert Dyer took over late for the injured Nunez. And Bowie opened up with 5 over right goal. Right about yards to bring up 2nd down and 7.
Another perfect night on Friday night. The weather
What reminds you of fall college.
He's been playing a long night. The Bulldog team at 8 yard. Once again, defense rises up by 77 and like the 12.
Jason, very good penetration back to him to play. Georgetown gets the excellent line. Rich and the 3 drives that had the 20-yard line, the 12-yard line, going that.
9-6, great in the first quarter.
Go for a minute, but it closed. Jurrell was there to go. And it stopped at the and the people's going to be standing at that end zone like drift back to turn formation. Back for 2 for Bush. And I believe down this may be their of the game. Let's see how opportunity he is. Earlier in the game, 2 points, and they weren't on advantage of it. So now has the opportunity and make up cards on the carry 10-8.
The second quarter of play, the Bulldogs are dripping. Around the left side, that's nowhere.
Number 77, the number of Spring Cade were there. There was a loss of on the line and 3rd and 10.
You got it not to the team there, but it was a gainer for them.
Georgetown defense can once Jurrell about 2. He's going to have a gun in the way to start.
At that time, looking at a bootleg or that. And
football, I think, leg or boot the box.
Commented was a clean game. Penalty shoots for 25 3 times and there's 25 yards. It's only 45 yards first half.
Neither team had a big play this time. Jurrell quarterback for a 3rd down and basketball now. He had the punt block. I'm sure we'll not that's the class turnover, but outside of that, turned the boat.
Did fumble on both of those. The only
referee hands, but on the first side that ball was Jurrell comes in bad. That's number 30. Back over the pitch was to Mr. Drop loss. Again, the rises up on the run. They've done very well tonight. Out of 2 plays that have gone.
Well, when they far Bowie's honest with that behavior. And so they turn to an offensive work.
The second half is more offensive than the first one. At that time by Random Newsom lost, but he's no gain.
That's the way they teach innovation.
question, he was actually already breaking his teammates with their Swanson.
Hard there, a little bit and had a couple of passes in or some for a touchdown, and really took away from it. It's not helped it better.
Well, this football team will win every time.
Lance is on a traffic. Stop Jurrell, Wayne Herndon, number 30, West.
And Ted was talking about this team at this point in time. Despite penetration to the Georgetown 27-yard line, the state for no record against Georgetown in 1, and that's a heat-spirited rivalry. It's an outstanding football game.
Go into the game ranked, however, I wouldn't lead the team. The Georgetown Monroe at the quarterback again.
Hello, Monroe.
Quarterback getting tired of meeting Meadow. I guarantee he's all wants to see.
We were mentioning just the condition of Georgetown. We saw play down, and here he is on the fourth.
Good from Monroe shot.
He's shocking me. Reverse. Jurrell's played that for double reverse, and he started because he stayed at home and right there for the thing.
All right, he saw almost the same Bowie as Jimmy. This was when Westlake took control because he's down physiologically, and that's where Westlake took final control.
Started getting deaf, now he's running along, and you have to hear the.
And particularly, he's been very good in getting, particularly early.
Tough about the
Georgetown is led by the defense. Georgia is life, but they're getting him tonight.
Jason Jurrell, Eagle making that. It's been interesting when each is his first year. Each week, he's improved quality football. He's used the sprint and pass very well. Is the name that I much tonight. He's down game very good one.
The defensive game thus is not a surprise to both Westlake and Georgia.
Jason Jurrell on that trap. Ball carrier. That play could have.
Joe Lamy, that on carry. And that's going to
had a lot of standing around. That was what he ran in.
You have to believe West has a little bit of air moving, just like the.
Oh, and that's clean. And they put it, and he was swarming into him.
Great play by Kincaid came on that time and caught the court. He was going to look for a receiver.
Kincaid went from one Jurrell's from in. Sandwich in the middle.
Down on the 3, you might have third down in a long go.
In that time, he was 33. Berkeley not getting anywhere. Put the mission together.
You know what? The offense is almost a.
And the clock, 38 left ball game.
And James on Tank, and that fire was a bit of reception.
Really deep back to the screen. Oh, it's going to be caught the screen. He got a first down.
He got a very favorable mark. I thought the ball short of the field and roll forward. Very good spot out past the yard mark.
Man down on the field.
The first down, but the player got into it and did a good open to that to be greater than it was.
Click on the door now. 45 off, nearly made a full.
And it's no matter.
Great play on that. Love him and wouldn't get off the on this play.
Yeah, this is going to be an important for Georgetown.
On play. Oh, here he comes. And intercepted. Yes, intercepted down Eagle.
You're absolutely 7-yard line. Oh, Waco, and there's 5 seconds left in this 0-4. To Oscar and gain 1 yard.
That's right. Once again, ready. Mike number 3 led the Georgetown defensive thrust, and after only he may gain some yards. I'm going to feel him tomorrow.
You're absolutely right.
Georgia Central Texas in Class A, he's hit 30 passes for 5 yards, but tonight he is yet to pass. He did complete one by a penalty, however. Over. Good play that Jason Jurrell.
Jurrell stayed it, didn't take the kick, able to drop at the line of scrimmage.
They have an offensive one-on-one with an open field. So the quarterback is out maneuvering around him, but that time was a job with an open field. Tackling the quarterback, in fact, was a loss.
Just a little bit.